stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast, right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. PGA of America member Johnny Gerber is on drunk golf assignment, as he normally is on Mondays. And here's a word of warning to you. You may get a solo IndyCarTim preview show on Wednesday. Ooh, howdy. Could be. Johnny's got a busy week at golf and marketing and golfing and things. But we will do what we can for you as, man, what another just incredible week of golf. How could you possibly follow up a Rory win at the Masters in dramatic fashion? Well, how about a Justin Thomas win at the RBC in dramatic fashion? Another playoff and another kind of, golf legend coming into the week, questioning things about his game. It's been 3 years since he won. He's had so many life changes. He's gotten married. He's had a baby. But Justin Thomas puts it all together, draining that huge birdie putt in the playoff to win his first tour event in 3 long years, breaking that cold streak in exciting fashion at Harbor Town. And the 16th win for him now on the PGA Tour might have been the sweetest. Of course, as he claims his first win in almost 3 years at the 2025 RBC Heritage in a one-hole playoff, the two-time major champion signed for a bogey-free final round of 68 to reach 17 under for the tournament and force extra holes. He barely skirted past Andrew Novak with a birdie as they replay the 18th in a sudden death playoff at Harbor Town Golf Links and on Hilton Head Island. And, just like last week, while you're cheering for Rory, you kind of feel bad a little bit for Justin Thomas at the Masters. I kind of had the same thing going here. I don't know about you guys. Let me know, by the way. You can reach me on social media at IndyCarTim on the X, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky. If you'd like to reach the studio here during one of our studio shows or at any time 24/7, you have full access to our FanStream Sports Studio text line, 214-937-0569, 214-937-0569. That is available 24/7, day or night. And we can reply to you. Just let us know your name, where you're texting from, and what you want to say. Say, Tim, you're a moron for pulling for Andrew Novak over Justin Thomas. Well, that's not what I said. Just like I wasn't pulling for Justin Rose over Rory McIlroy. But, yes, utilize that. Put it in your phone. Save it. That way when you're out in a boat, as they say up in Canada, that you can reach us at the drop of a hat to tell us how right IndyCarTim is on all of our great shows across FanStream Sports. But, you feel bad for Andrew Novak looking for his first win of his career. And you got to think he's trending in the right direction, right? Like it's going to come for him. But you know what? As Justin Thomas said right after the tournament, right after his first win in 3 years, he said, quote, "Winning is hard. It's really, really hard," end quote. And he's not wrong. Andrew Novak knows that. Justin Rose knows that. Thomas now becomes the 7th player since 1960 to win 16 or more times on the PGA Tour, including multiple majors, before the age of 32 for JT. His 16th win not only snaps his drought that stretches back to the 2022 PGA Tour or PGA Championship, it also represents his first win since those life changes that I mentioned earlier. It's his first win as a father and his first win as a husband, and boy, howdy, you can sure tell that he was excited about all of that. As the trophy picture was taken with him and his wife and his baby, and I was just thinking, man, that's a photo we had it on our screenshot here on our show card right there if you're looking at the video. I was just thinking as I was putting that together, I'm thinking what a great photo that's going to be up on a mantle there in the family Justin Thomas mansion, wherever it is that they decide to reside and do those things. But just what a great win for Justin. He shot out of the gates on Thursday with a course-tying record 61, and I felt really good about his week. He wasn't on any of our cards, my dartboard picks card or Johnny's card. By the way, we will get into Johnny's picks and his picks for the tournament, his winning picks, as well as the matchups that we had over the weekend for sure. He will join us via recorded video, just like he normally does on Monday, to recap all of those for you. But I had a good feeling about JT when he jumped out to that 61 on Thursday. The next 54 holes weren't quite so smooth, but, he didn't really backtrack, as he had many times during that streak where he didn't win. But he held tough. He let the tournament sort of come to him, I thought, and that was his key. Rounds of 61, 69, 69. 69. Positioned JT off the 54-hole pace set by Siwoo Kim. But on Sunday, Siwoo Kim just fell apart. And it wasn't long until JT found his name right up there at the top of the leaderboard. A butt-ton of pars, including a nifty save on the par 3 fourth from the bulkhead lining the penalty area, kicked off his final round. That was an incredible shot. I'm sure you guys got to see that. He then took advantage of the par 5 fifth. He roped a hook around the bend on the par 4 eighth for his second birdie of the opening 9. He couldn't take care of the short par 4 ninth, but he held a one-stroke lead entering the final holes of the golf tournament with competitors lining up behind him. Daniel Berger made a move. World's number 1 Scotty Scheffler made a move. And Texas Open winner Brian Harman crept his way into contention, but they all ultimately subsided. It was Novak instead who emerged as Thomas's greatest threat. The South Carolina native received some fortuitous bounces off trees on the back 9, but he continued to saunter on. And, again, going back to Novak, what a story that would have been. His first win right in his backyard. You're kind of pulling for things like that. But at the same time, how are you not pulling for Justin Thomas to break the winless streak? It's one of those, like I said, just like at the Masters. You're pulling for Rory, but you don't want to see Justin Rose lose either, and it was just, I had the same feeling here as I did at the Masters. Really want to see Novak come across with his first win, especially at home in his backyard, but it just wasn't to be. Thomas was just too strong. Novak, I thought his nerves got the better of him. We'll get into that in a little bit here more on, but I feel like his nerves really got a hold of him and got the better of him late in his round on 18 and then definitely on the playoff. But Thomas got his one-stroke lead back with a birdie from 21 feet on the par 5 15th. That did not last very long. Novak came marching back on the next hole, rolled in his birdie from the back 9 from 16 feet. His first birdie on the back 9 from 16 feet to draw all square. Thomas was in the clubhouse at 17 under thanks to a par finish. Novak faced an 8-foot birdie putt on the 72nd hole to claim his first PGA Tour victory. And this was the first sign I thought that Novak was like, holy crap, I could do this. And I feel like he was in his own head. I feel like he was overthinking things. He definitely overthought that 8-foot birdie putt to win the tournament because it was nowhere close. It never had a chance. He misread it. He mishit it. Everything you could possibly, it looked like me up there trying to sink a 3-foot putt with no pressure. But the pressure of the world was on him. Everything was going through his mind for his first tour win in his backyard. And you just felt like it just got the better of him. The way he hit the putt, the way he just had no chance. Ever. Never had a chance. And going into the playoff, I just thought JT had the best chance. He was a little bit more relaxed. Of course, he's been there before. Although, as he noted, after the tournament, he has never made a putt to win a tournament. And I thought that was kind of cool. Where he'd always been in the clubhouse already, or, with a big lead already for all of his wins. This was the first time he had to sink a putt to win a tournament, and he said it was as cool as I always thought it would be. So, it's the childhood dream. Whether you're baseball, you want to come up to the plate, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, down a run or two, and you hit a grand slam, right? In golf, you got to sink a 6-foot birdie to win a tournament. And that's kind of where JT was in his mind, and he was able to come off on top, obviously. But, again, Novak missing that 8-foot birdie putt kind of set his game. I thought just it eliminated really any chance. He had to win it there, I thought. Like I said, I had all the confidence in JT going into the playoff. And in that playoff, of course, as they replayed the 18th hole in the first playoff hole, Thomas hit a much better drive than he did in regulation. He gave himself a much easier birdie look. He connected from just outside of 20 feet. By the way, that's a putt that landed him an additional $1.44 million out of his $3.6 million in the winner's share. And, just, again, all the emotions for him, not nearly not as much on the line as Rory sinking that birdie or sinking his putt at the Masters to win. But, again, when Rory had all those emotions coming out after he sank the putt, years and years of emotions, right? I kind of thought JT had the same thing when he sank that putt. It wasn't nearly as emotional, but you could tell it was a big, big relief for JT to sink that putt and finally return to the winner's circle. And, man, it was fun. It was fun to watch all 4 rounds. Just, and it's a signature event, so you've got the big names. I won't go off on my tangent about how stupid signature events are. I hate them. Not a fan of them at all. I hate when we have tournaments like this and then you have the Corrales down in Punta Cana, whatever, where you have all the other guys that can't play here. I would rather just see everybody playing together every week. I don't like the split fields at all. Not a fan of that. We're not going to get into the Corrales on this show, but, it was fun to watch too. I watched quite a bit of it as it was going on, usually either before or after on the telecast, wherever you were watching. But, congratulations to Garrick Higgo, 14 under, beating Toasty, Kashmir, Keith Mitchell, Jeremy Paul, Michael Thorbjornsen, and Joel Damon. Really thought Joel Damon was going to – I just said we weren't going to talk about it yet. Here we go. I really thought Joel Damon was going to walk away with that. I like the way he played all week. But Garrick Higgo coming back, a 64 on Thursday, 68 Friday, 70 on Saturday, and finishing off with a 72 for the one-stroke victory. Congratulations to you, Garrick Higgo. But all of you guys should have been at Harbortown. Just going to say that. We'll leave it at that. But let's take our first break of the show, and we will come back and talk about some of the other guys that were in the field, some of the other guys that played, where they finished. Maybe grade them on, could they have done better? Did they do as well as they should have, in my estimation? A lot of things that really don't matter, don't amount to a hill of beans. But we're going to do it anyway, right here on From the Rough on FanStream Sports. We'll be back after this. Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi golfers, IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine, it's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. And what is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent-rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go! Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. We are recapping an eventful, a very exciting, a very fun-filled 2025 RBC Heritage for you. Here live from the FanStream Sports Studios in North Dallas. We are here every Monday and Wednesday on From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast. Normally alongside PGA of America member Mr. Johnny Gerber, who is on drunk golf assignment this week. Hopefully he'll be back soon. He will be here, though, in recorded form to recap his winning picks. How did he do in his picks? As well as his matchups for Saturday and Sunday that he is just on fire, en fuego, as they say. But lots of fun here over the weekend in Harbor Town at over there on Hilton Head Island. Just a beautiful, beautiful setting. This is now I forget what year, what are we on, 56 years running? I think it was 69 was the first year they were at Harbor Town, 1969. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful setting, and we love to see it every week. Not big on the signature event things. I kind of went off on a little rant about that. Maybe we'll do a show about how much I hate signature events and the thought of signature events and splitting the field. Not a big fan of that at all. Nope. I'm going to tell you I'm not. But let's get into some of the also-rans. We talked a ton here in the onset, rightfully so, about Justin Thomas and his big win. Let's talk a little bit about now some of those also-rans. We're going to start with your second-place finisher at 17 under. Well, he tied for the lead but lost in the playoff. Andrew Novak, who, by God, put another close call week together. He's playing some of the best golf on the tour right now, I think, of anybody. He played in the final pairing for the third time this season. He was playing in his backyard. He shot a nice final round 68 that included a bogey-free back nine, and he had his chances down the stretch, significantly missing that 8-foot birdie bid on the 72nd hole. Again, I really think his nerves got to him. That putt was not even close off the face of the putter. He misread it. He mishit it. It was just one of the ugliest putts I have ever seen on the PGA Tour, especially to win a tournament. But you know what? He settles for runner-up. He moves up nicely in the FedEx Cup standings. And congratulations to Andrew Novak, who is on the cusp, I believe, of his first win, because he's getting a little bit better every week. And like we said, he has been right there most of the season. I gave him an A for the week, of course. Nowhere else you can go but an A for him. T3 at 14 under. Let's talk a little bit about Daniel Berger. He was the name up ahead on the golf course who had the look of posting an early clubhouse lead, but he jumped onto the first page of the leaderboard thanks to 5 birdies in his opening 9 holes, but he could not maintain that momentum on the more difficult second 9. The putter proved to be the culprit as he continued to thrive from tee to green and give himself lots of opportunities, but he could not convert those opportunities as his putter continues to fail him. One season after narrowly securing his full-time status, he finds himself inside the top 20 in the FedEx Cup standings after another quality outing, and I think his first win also appears imminent here this season. Again, I gave Daniel Berger a grade of an A. I really liked Daniel's game this week, and if he can figure things out with the putter, I think he'll be in even better shape for sure. At 12 under, he was almost right there. He tried his best on Sunday to make a run at it, but much like he has done really all this year, since coming back from his injury at T8, it is one, trying to get this on the board for you. It was one.
Scotty Scheffler.
He's really not playing his game right now. I can't put my finger on it. He's just slightly off, right? I don't know how to describe it, but I don't think it'd take much for him to get right back on track. It just didn't happen this week. He signed for an opening 64 thanks to the best iron performance of the season that I thought he had. He strolled into Sunday just a handful of strokes off the pace. Stellar approach play led to 3 birdies in a 5-hole stretch in the middle of his round to get within a couple, but that par 5 15th proved to be his undoing with a fatal mistake there. The win count has not matched what he had in 2024, but he's not far from getting another trophy. He's going to clean some things up. He's working on things, and hopefully that hand herpes did not derail him too much. He even mentioned after the tournament, he says he thinks he's really close. He thought he did a lot of things good, and I agree with all of that. For him, I gave him a B-. He's
Scotty Scheffler.
He's Scotty Scheffler. He'll get there. And I thought, trying to compare this year or any year to what he did last year. Last year was such an unbelievably successful season for him. You cannot compare. That's unreplicatable unless your name is Tiger Woods. So I know we were doing a lot of people were doing a lot of comparisons to Tiger and Scotty's season last year. And yes, he had a very Tiger-like season. That's not sustainable for anybody unless your name is Tiger Woods, who did it for a number of years for sure. Another guy at 9 under at T18, the former winner here, the 2022 winner here in Jordan Spieth. He's now gone 3 full years without a win, but this week was another step in the right direction, I thought. He carded 4 under par rounds and leaned primarily on his long game rather than his short game like he did at Augusta. Thought he was able to muster a weekend charge due to some shortcomings in the putter, but he'll take solace in where his iron play is trending towards. He's got 3 straight top 20 finishes. Good for him. He's on his way as well. He's kind of right in the same spot where JT was here before his win. 3 long years now, but I think Spieth will figure it out. I gave him a B+ for his grade for this week. Johnny's favorite golfer on the tour at 3 under T54, Colin Morikawa, or as Johnny refers to him, Colin Morikaward. But what a disappointing weekend I thought from him, a 2-time major champion. He entered the latter part of this tournament within an arm's reach of the lead, but he moved in the wrong direction on Saturday. He had an untimely quadruple bogey and back 941 by then the damage was done and his chances were done. His new putter had moments early in the tournament, but it misbehaved along with his short game across the final 36 holes. I don't know what's wrong with Colin. He is not playing very Colin-like golf right now, unless what we're seeing is the actual Colin-like golf, and what we saw prior was an anomaly when he was good. But he is not good right now. I gave him a D. Almost gave him an F, but I'm not Johnny. If Johnny was on the show just to appease him, I probably would have given him an F. But I'm not going to do that to Colin. I'll give him a D, and like he cares what I think. But I'll give him a D, but he is trending in the wrong direction, and he is better than what he is showing everybody right now. And it just is what it is. But, man, all in all, I thought, what a fun tournament. And, again, congratulations to Garrick Higo on his win down at Corrales. Punta Cana Championship. Again, I hate the split field events. It's fun for TV because we get to really watch golf, kind of all day long if you want, because they usually televise one before the other all 4 days. But I'd rather see these guys all together. I'd rather see the cut and see how things progress that way. Not going to lie. But you know what, Garrick Higo, good for you. Toasty, Keith Mitchell, Jeremy Paul, Michael Thor Bjornsson, and Joel Damon all finished in second at T2. Congratulations to all of you guys. Now let's get back to it if we can. And we'll go over our picks. As, again, everyone knows my picks are for fun. I have what's called the dartboard picks. It's literally where I've been doing this show for a long time with Johnny, who is obviously the master at picks. And one day he's like, hey, you need to make some picks too. I want you to get on top. So I started kind of watching him and listening to him and just kind of learning from him, I guess. And he's taught me a lot, but I didn't have any hits on my card. My top 20 I had Sahith Theegala in my top 20. He finished in 69th. 69. My top 10, I had Sung J M, who finished T11, just outside. I just missed on that. And as my winner, I had Shane Lowry, and he finished T18. So I didn't come close. Johnny, on the other hand, did have not his best week, but he had a winning week for sure. We're going to take our final break of the day, and then we're going to come back and let him tell you specifically about his week right here on From the Rough. On FanStream Sports. He had a couple of hits. He had a couple of hits on his weekend matchups, which, by the way, you can find on social media every Saturday morning and Sunday morning when we have those matchups for you on our social media at From the Rough PGA, at IndyCarTim, at J Gerber PGA Pro, and also on Facebook, Instagram, all of those places too. But take a quick break, come back and let Johnny tell you about how his weekend went right here on From the Rough. Back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It, and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent-rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. And what is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things? To showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go! Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim live from the FanStream Sports studios in North Dallas on this sunny, beautiful day in North Texas after some really bad, wicked weather we had a couple nights ago. Tornadoes all to the west of us. Thoughts and prayers for everybody affected by those. Reportedly no deaths or serious injuries, which was a miracle because, good God, that was some wicked weather blowing through here. But we were all hunky-dory in the FanStream Sports studios, talking 2025 RBC Heritage, JT's big win. Congratulations to you, JT, getting that 3-year drought off your card and ready to move on. Now we're just waiting for Jordan Spieth, right? He's got a 3-year drought we just discussed. We'd like to see him in the winner's circle here once again. By the way, do y'all like when they refer to it as the winner's circle? Which is interesting because now I'm obviously IndyCar Tim. I'm a racing fan, right? Everyone knows I love IndyCar. I love Formula One. Used to be into NASCAR more than I am now. Sorry. But I proposed something, I don't remember, a couple of years ago to Johnny about, so, you know, in racing, you have podium finishes, right? 1, 2, and 3. It's a podium. The top 3 guys in every race get trophies. You stand there on the actual podium and in winner's circle. The 3 cars are there. You got your little podium. It's almost like the Olympics, right? Gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal. So the taller one is the winner. Second is the second tallest, and third tallest is your third place finisher. I said we should have podium finishes in golf where the top 3 guys should all get maybe a trophy or the second 2 get a medal, and while you have whatever the semantics of it would be. But you could say, instead of saying this golfer's got, 5 top 3 finishes in his career, whatever, he's got podium finishes. I think that's cool. If you're going to refer to it as the winner's circle, which a lot of writers do, a lot of broadcasters do, which I think is okay, why not just have an actual podium? And you have podium finishes. Johnny shot me down. He thought it was dumb, but he thinks a lot of things are dumb. And the more I thought about it here, and the more I read, like very respected writers, Bob Herrig with Sports Illustrated, good friend of the show, I think we should have podium finishes, and you don't have to have an actual physical podium on the golf course, but all 3 guys can get a picture taken, right? And they could be standing next to each other or whatever. And I think that's kind of cool. Just to liken golf to some other sports, and if we're going to call it the winner's circle, we might as well call it a podium, and we might as well have a podium finish, right? Who's with me? 214-937-0569. Text me. Let me know. Or if you're watching the video here on the Fanstream Sports TV YouTube page, just comment in the video. Say, Tim, you're an idiot for thinking that a podium's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Or, hey, man, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I would like that. I'd like to see that. I like to keep up with so-called podium finishes, as I'm doing air quotes on the video, with a guy's golf career or a woman's golf career or whatever. I think that would be kind of cool. But we went through the finishes for me, for my dartboard finishes. Let's take a look at Johnny's card and how things wrapped up for him before we pop him in the show here. Here was Johnny's card. He also had Shane Lowry, Sepp Straka, JT Poston in his winners. Shane Lowry, T18, Sepp Straka, T13, JT Poston, T11. His ham sandwich or long shot was Tom Hoagie, finished T18. His two top 10s, Robert McIntyre and Aaron Rye. Bobby Mack at T66. Aaron Two Glove Rye, one of the hottest wives on the tour, by the way. T38. Johnny had two hits on his card here, both the top 20s. Daniel Berger finished T3. Keegan Bradley finished T18. So there's a quick look at how Johnny's card looked kind of going into the week. And now, let's hear it from the main man himself as we get into a little bit of Johnny's picks. Johnny, why don't you tell us, in your own words, buddy, how things went for
Good morning,
you?
everybody. What a great Monday after a great RBC heritage. Boy, if you're a JT fan, you had to like the way he was coming in. First win in 3 years for JT, making a great push and solidifying his space for the Ryder Cup team. Sorry for the non-great visuals. I'm traveling. I've been traveling all week. I was actually down at the RBC, as most of you know, doing some on-course reporting, doing some stuff inside the ropes, and it was a great week. Long week, but a great week down there in Hilton Head. But, yeah, great win for JT. We didn't have him on our card, unfortunately, in terms of cashing in a ticket, but we did have and did cash in on two top 20 picks, with Daniel Berger finishing in the top 20 and Keegan Bradley finished in the top 20. So that's the only two cards that we hit on our card this week, the two top 20 picks, but we did go 2-1. And 2-0 yesterday on our matchup. So that gets us a record to 30-6-2. 3-0, 6-2 for the year, with our only loss on Saturday this week with Jordan Spieth up against Victor Hovland. Victor Hovland made a 40-footer on 17, so it kind of hurt us to lose that bet. But sometimes that's the way it happens. Sometimes you just get beat. Sometimes you lose. That week, that pick, we just got beat. But we did, again, another 2-0, or 2-1. That gets our record to 36-2. We did lose a little bit this week, but that's why it's very, very important to follow the system every single week. So, but we are still profitable, plus 24-10 for the year and profit. And again, like we said, a great matchup record. But let's just go a little hats off to JT. Like I said, I watched him the very first round. You know, shaping the ball well, obviously shooting 61, but the 69 that he shot in the second round, I actually thought he played better, hit the ball better than he did shooting 61, which is weird, but he just made so many putts on that first round. So something good was coming. Knocking on the door is going to be Andrew Novak. If you look at that, I mean, that is I believe is his fourth top 5 finish for the year. So look for some good things from Andrew Novak, a great paycheck in his signature event. So good for him. One of the good guys on the PGA Tour. He was very cordial in the press center this week. I sat in there, and some great interviews this week with Justin Rose. Very gracious after his second place finish at the Masters last week. So thanks for him for taking some time for us media guys out there. But again, what a great week. I was very fortunate to be down there. This week is the team event. So I will not be making any picks this week for a team event, but we will be previewing the team event on Wednesday. Tim might be doing a solo show, but we'll see. He might coerce me to do something with him, but no picks this week. We usually take this week off, a nice little break to refresh and get ready for the kind of the finish of the fall stretch and the beginning of the summer stretch. So again, great win for JT. You can pick up everything in the full recap, this afternoon, along with Tim. And then on Wednesday, we will be covering and previewing the team event in New Orleans. But have a great Monday, guys. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.
There he goes. There is Johnny, straight from the horse's mouth. Horses for courses, straight for the horse's mouth. As yes, it is the Zurich Classic of New Orleans from TPC, Louisiana in Avondale. It's a par 72, 7,425 yards. It is the team event. Rory and Shane Lowry won this thing last year, and it was a lot of fun, and we always have fun with that. I love the team events. I love the old match play events. I loved the old Stableford scoring system events. I love when you deviate from the norm a little bit, and they're getting away from that on the tour. I really think we need to bring some of those back. But I don't want it every week, but I'd like to see it at some point. But something else you guys can let me know. Do you just want the regular scoring, the regular tournaments every week, or would you like to see them mixed up? How do you feel about the team events? How did you feel about the old match play events when you bring those into it as well? Love to hear from you guys. 214-937-0569 on the FanStream Sport text line. Just let me know who you are and where you're texting from, and then feel free to leave your comment, and we could make you part of the show on the next episode and possibly send you out a T-shirt, maybe a FanStream Sports hat. How do you feel about that? Maybe we'll just, if we pick your comment, we'll send you a hat or a shirt or both, depending on how our inventory looks. You never know. We're getting a little thin right now. We need to probably get some more of those things in there. But you can always order some of our merch, by the way. Go to fanstreamsports.com, hit the merch button at the top, and then go take your pick. We got glasses, tumblers, coffee mugs, hats, shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, men's, women's, all sorts of stuff over there for you in the FanStream Sports merch store. Head over there and take your pick. Send somebody that you love a gift on a very special From the Rough. But you can get FanStream Sports stuff over there. You can get From the Rough podcast, JP show, Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show stuff. It's all over there for you. And if there's something you don't see that you want, shoot us an email. Get me, THAMM@fanstreamsports.com, or just hit me up on the X at IndyCarTim. I would love to hear from you again. You can comment on anything, on any of our shows right here on FanStream Sports, 214-937-0569, the studio text line. It's open 24/7. You can comment about any of the shows. We don't have to be live on the air. We don't have to be in studio because we get these all over the place, wherever we're at. Would love to hear from you, the fans, because with no us, there's no you right here on FanStream Sports, real talk, no suits. F you, suits. That's all I got to say. But yes, basically what that means is we don't have any corporate guys telling us we can and can't say something or who we can and can't talk about. And that's why we're the best at what we do around here. It's what we do. We will be back on Wednesday with another FanStream Sports right here, with another From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. Thanks to Johnny for the video and for his winning picks. Hope you guys are following. If you're not following, you're not winning. Remember that. No picks this week, though, for the Zurich Classic. It's a team event. We will get back to picks the following week for sure when we get into the, what is the next week after that? The CJ Cup Byron Nelson in McKinney, Texas, literally right down the road from me. I will probably be there reporting live, maybe doing some on-course shots. I'm definitely going to be doing some shots, but I may be doing some video camera shots from the CJ Cup at Stonebriar Country Club there in McKinney, Texas, a stone's throw from our studio and from my home. That'll do it for us. We'll be back on Wednesday with another From the Rough on FanStream Sports. Until next time, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.